Hi everybody, this is Susie. I had to get my Hero Arts monthly kit out and play with it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a step card, I believe they're called. I actually don't know the technical name for them, but anyways, and I'm gonna show you guys the simplest, most easiest way to make one of these cards. There's no math involved really, and well, not really at all, and just super simple, easy to do. Anyways, I hope you guys like this. I got my paper cut already, and I cut out a bunch of images from the dies, and this looks like the paper that came with the kit, but it's actually not, because the paper that came with the kit is like a layering paper, and I wanted my little elements to be more sturdier. So in my stash I had a piece of heavyweight cardstock, and as you can see, it's the shimmery kind. And I bought the cardstock at Hobby Lobby a long time ago. It's just a stack of 12 by 12 cardstock that's shimmery in different colors. So I was super thrilled that I literally had one sheet of this left. So I was super excited about that. Anyways, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you guys how to do this super easy step card, and I hope you guys like this video. It will probably be a little bit of a longer video, just because I really wanted to do this one in real time rather than fast forwarding it or speeding it up, I guess. Anyways, so without further ado, I'll stop talking and show you guys how we're gonna make this card. Alright, let me set that aside. So this is my template, and let me scoot this piece over just a bit. And this is a piece of shimmery cardstock that I had in my stash also. It's kind of a taupey brown, real light tan color, and it's shimmery. But it's the reason why I wanted to use it is because it's a really heavyweight paper. It says it's 110 pound, but it's way heavier than a lot of paper that says it's 110 pounds, so I don't know. Anyways, it's really nice paper. Anyhow, so this is a template that I made, and so and I suggest that you guys make yourself a template like this so that it makes making the next one a lot easier, because you don't have to remember all your measurements. Everything's written down. And I will have all the measurements in the description box below for you guys, and I'll also go through them while I'm making the card too. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm using the Tim Holtz Ideology ruler. I think a lot of people, or most people, have this ruler by now. If you don't have it, it really is worth the money you spend on it. It's really nice, and makes doing this type of stuff super simple. Alright, let me move some of my junk out of the way. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is, I'm actually going to do this side at the same time. So, you want to line your ruler up with the one here at the bottom, or if you mark the inches on there. And you really want to be super precise when you're lining this ruler up. And because that's going to make a difference on whether your card turns out perfect or not. Okay, so let me find my utility knife. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump that, guys. Hold still. Alright, so line this up one more time because I bumped it naturally. So line your ruler up, and then you're going to cut from the 7-inch mark down to the 1.5-inch mark. So just actually, I'm going to turn the ruler around. This side has the beveled edge and the other side doesn't, and I've honestly found that it's easier to do this on the flat edge rather than the beveled one, because my knife is constantly wanting to run up the ruler rather than on the paper. Alright, and what I did was I marked my ruler. So I've got it marked here for 1.5 inches, and then this 5 is my 7-inch. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you're gonna get it lined up and hold it down. Oops, don't do what I did. Okay. Alright. So there's this one side, and what you don't have to do it this way, but I do. So I've got it marked well. So I'm going to pause for a second while I get this line cut better so you don't have to sit and watch me fuss with it. Okay, so I got this side cut, and then I turned my paper around because it's easier for me to use the utility knife with my right hand. So I just marked my ruler where I need to go and get it lined up. It makes it nice that it's see-through also, because it makes it a lot easier to be able to see where you're going. Alright, so then, because I turned it around, okay, so because I turned it around, I've marked my ruler 1.5 inches here and then here for the 7, so I'm just gonna cut. Sorry, it takes me a second to get the utility knife right in my hand because you guys know my hand don't work right. Anyway, so I'm going to cut along here to the 7-inch mark. Yep. Alright, 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got both my slits cut. Make sure they're a clean cut, and I kind of got a little roughly on my edges, a little tiny bit, but I don't think it's going to show in the final product, so I think it'll be just fine. Anyway, so now that we got that cut, we're going to do some scoring. I guess it'd be easier if I turn my scorer around the right way. Okay, so I am putting the edge that's the 1.5 inch away part, and your other one is, the other side's going to have quite a long distance between the cut and the end of the paper. So you're going to want to put this in towards the, on this side. Okay, and now we're going to do some scoring. Oops, sorry, I need to move a couple of things because I keep running into everything here. Oh, geez. Okay. Alright, so let me get my cheat sheet out here. Oh, wrong one. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. So now, let me flatten this out so you guys get a better, so now you're gonna score at 1.5, and you're gonna score up to the 1.5 mark, which is where your cut line is. So it makes it pretty simple. So you want to, oops, I guess I'll turn this around. So you want to score at 1.5. I'm just going to go over it a few times. Okay, and now you're going to score over here at 1.5. And how I did it to make it easy knowing where to score at is just to go ahead and pull this ruler out. And you know that this ruler is 1.5 inches, so if you slide it all the way up against this edge, you're going to go directly in this score mark. I'll make it easier. I'll just put it on this side. So you're going to go oh, that's right. Okay, so I just took a pin. I forgot I did this. So I just took a pin and I marked my, I just ran the pin along my 1.5 inch marks, just like that. That way I would know where to score at. And we're also going to score, let's see, we're going to score, let me see, sorry, 1 second, guys. Okay, score there, and there. Okay, so I am going to grab my pen real quick, and I'm going to mark my scoreboard at 7 inches so that I know where I'm going. And super simple, I'll just run it down like that. I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to give that ink a few minutes to dry so I don't end up transferring it onto my paper. That wouldn't be good. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes, so what I'm going to do is just take a piece of toilet paper or a napkin, paper towel, whatever you've got, and I'm going to go over that line just to make sure that I'm not going to get any transfer ink on anything. I'm going to get my nail right in there. Okay. Alright, well, it should be good now. Okay, so we've already scored at, well, let me take that back. I haven't finished the 1.5 part. So because I put this line here, I'm just going to go up from that line. Maybe. If I can keep my line going straight, that is. Alright. That's there. And now we're going to score the same way at 3 inches. And we're just going to go up to that cut line again. And same down here. This is really thick paper, so I'm really kind of pushing hard. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing at 7 inches, just up to the cut line. And same down here. And doing it this way is nice because you don't end up with anything to erase on your paper. It just makes it so much simpler. Alright, let me get rid of this. Alright. Okay, so now this is what we've got. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to fold that back and this back, and then we're going to kind of like accordion fold it. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm such a goofball. I've missed one of my score marks. Sorry about that. Okay, where is the other one? It is it's at 5.5. Alrighty. So unlike the ones where I have my lines marked, this one I'm going to kind of line my ruler up to get the right score line. Okay, I'm going to turn my ruler. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to turn my ruler around so that the beveled edge is on this side. I think I can get a better lineup of where I need to be. Oh, wait, 5.5? Okay. 5.5. Okay, so I'll leave that there, grab my tool, and this time we're going to score just the center panel in between the two cuts right here and right here. So just get your spot there. And once you get it started, you don't need your ruler anymore. You just need it to get you going in the right place, because you can't see what you're doing there. Okay, so now we're just going to score this line here all the way across between the two cut lines. And again, I'm really giving it a push there because this paper is really thick. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so let's get back to our accordion folding. So we're going to accordion fold these guys here. Sorry if I can get a hold of it. Okay, and then this one here, you're going to fold out this way. Okay, so we have this so far. And then we're going to put it down like that. Okay, and then we're going to take your bone folder, whatever one that you're using. I typically use a nylon bone folder, but for some reason I cannot find mine. It's probably lost on my messy desk somewhere. Okay, so you're going to want to give these lines these folds, sorry, a really, really good crease line. Okay, and then back to this one. And you really are going to want to use some type of really heavyweight paper because it needs to be sturdy enough to be able to sit up like that. Okay, so then I'm going to crease these ones here. Alright, and this is what you're going to have. That's your card base here, and then this is the back. I like this particular fold because it doesn't have the folding on the back of the card, so that when you open the card up, you have a substantial place right here to put your sentiment or write something special to a friend or whatever you want to do. Alright, so we got this part done. And now I'm going to give you guys some measurements. And so basically now you're going to open your card base back up again so that it makes it easier to do all your embellishing and whatnot if your card is open. Alright, so I think okay, I need to find what I did with my other one. Oh, naturally, guys, it's on the floor. Good place for it. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys the measurements for your layers, and and I will also have this in the description box, but I'm just going to go over quickly where where everything goes and how it gets cut right now, and then you can refer back to the description area on your measurements. Okay, so your piece between here and here, let's see, what do I have? Oh my goodness, I am such a dork. I gotta pause, guys. Sorry. Okay, guys, sorry about that. It was right in plain sight, and I just didn't see it. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you guys what the measurements are for the panels, and then I will also put it in the description box for you guys. So I'm just gonna go over real quick what the sizes are. So you down here, your first layer is going to be 1 3/8 by 6 1/8, and then your second layer is going to be 1 1/4 by 6, and then this panel and this panel are going to be the same, and your first layer is 3 7/8 by 1 3/8, and your second layer is 3 3/4 by 1 1/4, and then your layers for in here are 3 7/8 by 3. That's your first layer, and your second layer is 3 3/4 by 2 7/8. Okay, well, I'm gonna pause this and get all my parts cut, and I will meet you guys back in just a minute. Okay, so now I've got the smaller tree stamp, and I'm going to stamp that one off my paper just a little bit. Get it lined up where I want it. And again, I'm only going to get one shot at this, so hopefully I get it a little better than I did the grass. All right. Oh goodness. The stamps are really sticky because they're new, so I'm just gonna put this on there, just like okay, you stinky sucker. I don't know why these are not working very well. Okay, well, I'm going to try something. I'm obviously going to have to move my thing, but I could line these up like this, and hopefully with all these magnets on here, it'll keep that paper from moving. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Yay, didn't pick my paper up. That's a good sign. Sorry, I know it's moving my camera. Just bear with me for a minute while I get this stamping done. All right. Well, all I gotta say is it's a good thing I get more than one shot now. The magnets are not making it where my stamp's not quite touching everything, but I'll get it. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. My oldest daughter called me, so I had to take a break for a couple minutes, which gave this time to dry. And I'm hoping that this dries good on here. Okay, so I was going to do some little lions, but I think I'm going to do the little giraffe. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry again, I have to put my lid up against my camera thing. Sally, shush. Sorry about that. My doggy had to bark. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more coat. Alright, maybe one more. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna do this little tuft of grass thing here. Okay. I think I got it figured out. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. There. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to pause this while I get this cleaned up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my ink's not really wanting to dry on this paper because it has that glossiness. So I'm going to put some black embossing powder on it and set it that way. And that'll fill it in better anyways. So I didn't get any of that anti-static powder put down because I didn't know I was going to be doing this, but I'm hoping with this cardstock I'm not going to need it. Nope, it looks pretty good. There's some nice. Okay, get this put back in my jar. And this is really fine black embossing powder, which is totally cool because I didn't have any of this, so I was pretty excited to see it in that pack of everything. Alright, so I'm gonna make some noise, and well, I'll go ahead and heat set this real quick, let you guys see, just in case maybe you are new to stamping and whatnot. So and I'm gonna heat it up from the back side real quick. And you know what? That's just going to make it pop even more. So. All right. So that's a tip for you guys. If you want to stamp on this paper, just set it with some embossing powder. I got a couple of little speckies here and there, but really not that many. And I'll leave that one alone. And that looks pretty cool. Very, very cool. All right. And when I was giving you guys the dimensions of all of the cuts earlier, once I got everything cut for it, I wasn't super crazy about my second layer. It needed to have a little bit more room setting apart from the base, because the base sheet was just getting covered up almost completely, and I wanted it to show a little more. So as you can see, I took the other side of this piece of paper that you get with your stamp set, and I cut it down for my layers, just like that. And so I'm gonna pause again. I'm gonna grab some stuff to ink the edges, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm just gonna use I'm using Distress Ink Walnut Stain, and I'm just gonna use the cube itself as my inker thing, and I'm just going to get the edges of this. I'm not gonna get it up on it so much because I don't think it'll dry. So, but I don't want those white edges there, so. Okay. And like I said, I don't think it'll dry on this, but I don't want the white showing on my finished project, so. Oops, sorry you guys, I keep bumping that. There. Try not to make everybody dizzy. And I'm gonna go ahead and do it to this too. Okay. And I'm gonna pause while I finish inking this up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got everything inked up. I inked around my edges on my card base too. This pearlized paper, if you do ink it up on the edges, make sure that you use a paper towel and wipe it off when you're done, because it doesn't want to dry on here very well. So what I did was I took all of the dies and the same dark pearlized paper. I cut out all of the images. I did make a mistake though, because I just left the die set together, not realizing that there was another die in the center of my elephant. So I'm not going to be able to use him today. Oh well. Anyways, so once you got all your papers figured out and cut out, ready to start putting on, and I went ahead and I put foam tape on everything to make this go a little quicker. And, oh, I almost forgot where this one went. And, oops, I guess I might want to move this in frame so you can see. That might be a good idea, huh? Jeez, what a goof. Okay, I'm gonna move this, bear with me. Okay. Alright, so this one goes here. Make sure I'm getting it even. Okay. And these will go. I'm just going to toss my papers there for now, guys. Sorry. I will have in the description box the dimension of all of the layers that I'm doing here. And I will change it to the 1/8 of an inch bigger than what I initially thought I was going to do. Because after I got this layer done, the next layer, the second layer, just covered the whole thing up, and I wanted some of it to show, so. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and now this one. Okay, and now this one. Let's get that on there. Alright. And now this one. And I'm going to put this one over here, I think. Oh, no, 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 get off of there. Well, I guess that is one bonus about the pearlized paper. It gives you a half a second to retract what you were going to do. All right. I think I'm gonna do it this way. Oh my goodness, you guys. It is so stinking hot here today. Our heat pump decided it was going to go out on us a few weeks ago, so we've been suffering through it. We had a guy came out to look at it, but he said it was going to cost more to fix it than a new one would be, so we opted not to do that right now. Okay. Okay, so let's stand this up and see what we have going on here. Oh guys, this is gonna be so cool. I am in love with this card. And I've never ever made a card like this before. Oops, sorry, as I whack the... Okay, I'm gonna have to go over that with my bone folder. But check that out so far. So that's pretty cool, huh? Okay, so let's put this bad boy back down. Alright. And now it's to figure out what goes where, right? And I just cut these out of the cardstock and thought it'd be just cool to have them here, there, and everywhere. So I'm going to set these guys down, and I'm going to go over it with the bone folder real quick again before I put all these guys on here, because I don't want to mess them up trying to get the creases flat. Okay. Oh, I guess I need to do it like that. Okay, where's my bone folder? Ah. Yay! Okay. That is so awesome. And I'm just going to pick up my piece here and get these pushed down better. Alright. There we go. Okay. So let's take these poppy dots off. And I'm just gonna put them on here kind of quirky. because I think it'll look better like that rather than trying to stay in a line or anything. Oh, I'm a goof. Oops. I almost forgot. I'm going to put my sentiment right here. Alrighty. My brother's catching up all on the Game of Thrones show. I can't wait for the new one to start. It's going to be starting next month sometime, from what I understand. I'm excited. I love that show. It's probably one of my favorite shows. Okay. And I was going to put this little guy on here, but I think I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to pause real quick. I will be back in just a second for you guys. But that is how it's looking so far. Pretty awesome. Alright, I will be right back. Okay, so, sorry I didn't think to turn my camera on when I was doing this. So I stamped the Hakuna Matata on the piece of white paper, and then I turned this upside down and punched it out. Alright, and now I'm going to ink up my edges, and well, actually I'm gonna put a couple of the birds on there, I think, those teeny tiny little birds. And I'm gonna throw this piece of paper under it, because like I'm gonna kind of stamp off the piece of paper a little bit. Okay. Jeez, guys, I am so sorry. I don't mean to keep bumping that. Okay, and now I'm just going to ink up my edges. I think I might grab a lighter brown and do a little bit of inking on that, because it's a little too stark white. Be right. Okay, so I got some vintage photo and a sponge dauber. Well, I got the sponge, now I need the dauber. And I'm trying to find it. Okay, well, I'm just going to use one of these then. It's just sponge. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh, I like that. Okay. And it just made it a nice soft, tannish brown color. Alright, and I'm going to pop that up on some dots real quick. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys. I love this. It turned out so cool. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Leave me some messages. I love hearing from you guys. I just love this card, you guys. It turned out so cool. Like I said, it's the first time I've made one of these, and I found a pattern for one, but I wasn't crazy about it. I did a demo of it, trying to, you know, come up with different ideas and stuff for my tutorial, and I wasn't crazy about it. And I've got my template right here, so I'll show you. So basically it's like this, but it doesn't really have a back. It's layered on the back too. And I don't know. I like the look of this so much better. And I'm going to clean it up, I think. And I'm going to have some pictures at the end of the video too, so you guys can see it actually sitting upright the way it's supposed to. But the way that I have my iPad set up, it's not very movable, so. But anyways, I hope you guys like this tutorial and this card, and please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Love hearing from you guys. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.